cheats.
Thank you, Chair. Oh my goodness. That's fantastic.
Guys, we're not even in Zeta yet. We all just died.
Paid for by the coalition of Ians for Ians.
501. 501.
But me and Kathleen were the only two to continue dancing when everyone else failed.
I had an asthma attack. Totally in my defense.
I'm spinning.
I just want to point out that I'm married to that man who just did that thing, and he's clearly in charge of retroactive continuity, so even if I didn't have the tickets before, I sure as bus have them now.
Wow. Well played, man. Well played.
The correct choice is the evil choice.
So while we're waiting on the makeup pictures, I've seen like 8 people ask me how I met Steve, and I thought that was kind of common knowledge. So Steve is my brother, but he is my half-brother, and I did not know him for the first 21 years of my life. And there's a big convoluted story about like how he actually found, about how he found his birth mother and got in contact with her and my other half-brothers. But he tracked down his birth mother, and he tracked down a few other family members from my father's side of the family. And as it just so happens, within a year or two of that happening, they were also having a family reunion. Because our Grandpa Vickers had died, and they wanted to get the family together because he was a great man and we wanted to remember him. So they asked my half-brother Sean, who I did know about, and my half-brother Steve, who I had no idea about, and my half-brother Bob, who I also had no idea about, if they wanted to come, and Steve did show up. And when my half-brother Sean was talking to me about it, and like we were talking about Grandpa Vickers and reminiscing on the day, he's like, "Oh, by the way, you have 2 other brothers who are both older than me." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, what?" Yeah, so they paid for me to go to Toronto to see. Oh my goodness, everything just went pink.
Sunset.
Twilight.
This is the first time. Is this the first time we've made it?
Yes.
Oh no.
No.
When did we make it before?
We each did it once.
Oh, this is the first time I've seen it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had to
About time. Wow.
How did we get it during Nisha's?
I thought I broke it for a second. I'm like, oh god.
No.
During Nisha's shift.
You've done quite the opposite. You're doing well.
Yeah, so I went to a family reunion, and he just was there, and we were introduced to one another, and someone said like, "Hey, pose for a photo," and me, Steve, and Sean all just made the dumbest pose that we could with our hands in the air and making silly faces, and then afterwards we just looked at each other and were like, "Yeah, we're related." Yeah, that's how I met Steve. The end.
Aww.
Story time.
So we have a challenge here that's close to my heart.
murder.
Wow.
Murder?
No.
The murder challenge.
No.
Yeah, that ramped up in a hurry.
I came prepared for this challenge.
You know what? It's so messy, it can always be traced back to you. I prefer slow psychological sabotage. But anyhow, now we have a challenge for some booth boys to help Ash promote Megacynic. So I think we need to get all of our handsomest men out to pose and look cute and perky while Ash plugs Megacynics.
What? Hang on, let me just fix my hair.
I think they're calling for you guys.
I need some volunteer booth boys.
What are we doing?
You're promoting my comic.
Oh, you're a comic. I don't read comics or anything.
Well, I'm just saying, Jeff is in it. Jeff appears as the character Pags. That's
my nickname.
Yeah, your nickname.
I don't know where I got
That's
it.
where I recognize you from.
Here I am.
What are you?
Oh my gosh.
Ash thankfully draws me skinnier than I actually am. That's why we're friends.